A very warm good morning to all of you. You're watching DD India and we welcome you to this special broadcast on the 12th International Day of Yoga. When we talk of yoga, then talking of mindful meditation and sunrise stretches, yoga today has become a global movement that has united people not just in the country but across the oceans, across the continents. And today we get to this special broadcast. We will be talking about how yoga has evolved into this global movement and how today it is affecting and it is doing the better for everybody on this earth. I'm Preeti Kaur, with me is Tanvi, and we welcome you to this special broadcast on the 12th International Day of Yoga.
Indeed, yoga is the harmony of body, mind and soul, reflecting the national vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The International Day of Yoga celebration seeks to promote yoga as a practical and sustainable approach for supporting longevity, emotional well-being and dignified aging among elders. The program today as well in Kolkata will include collective performance of yoga by senior citizens and a spiritual discourse focusing on mindful living, inner harmony, emotional wellness and healthy aging.
The 12th International Day of Yoga is being celebrated on Sunday, that is today, across the world with the global theme Yoga for Healthy Aging. This year's theme for the International Day of Yoga is Yoga for Healthy Aging, and it highlights its role in promoting physical health, mental well-being, emotional resilience and active aging, contributing to an improved quality of life. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lead the main national celebration of the International Day of Yoga in the city of joy, that is Kolkata in West Bengal. Around 10 lakh people are expected to participate in synchronized yoga sessions across Kolkata alone. Apart from Kolkata, more than 210 Indian missions abroad will organize Yoga Day celebrations at nearly 2,500 locations worldwide. This year's focus highlights the ancient practice's role in promoting longevity, active lifestyles, and overall physical and mental vitality across all generations. The theme is particularly relevant in an era of increasing life expectancy and growing emphasis on healthy, active and dignified aging. Since its inception in 2015, when the United Nations General Assembly adopted India's proposal to observe June 21st as the International Day of Yoga, Prime Minister Modi has led the celebrations from various locations including New Delhi, Chandigarh, Lucknow, Mysuru, New York, Srinagar and Visakhapatnam.
On the eve of the International Day of Yoga, Kolkata's riverfronts and the iconic Howrah Bridge were lit up in elaborate illumination, laser displays and a spectacular drone show on Saturday. The Riverfront Carnival also marked the celebration of the West Bengal Day, Paschim Bengal Divas. The highlight of the carnival featured a show after 9 p.m. involving around 3,000 drones that illuminated the night sky with visuals depicting the story of yoga, its global popularity under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, and also depicting various yoga asanas. The aerial display also showcased prominent Bengal icons and cultural motifs, drawing large crowds along the riverfront.
The 12th International Day of Yoga is being celebrated across the world with global theme Yoga for Healthy Aging. The history of yoga dates back thousands of years, originating in ancient India as a spiritual practice that is aimed to unite mind and body. Up next, we take you back and see how it evolved over the centuries. Tripti Tripathi files us this report.
Yoga, a timeless gift from India to the world. Rooted in the Sanskrit word yuj, meaning to unite, yoga is more than just physical exercise. It's a science of inner transformation. Its origins trace back over 5,000 years to the Indus Saraswati civilization. In yogic lore, Lord Shiva is hailed as the first yogi, Adi Yogi, who shared his profound knowledge with the Saptarishis on the banks of Lake Kanti Sarovar, from ancient Vedic text to the wisdom of Mahavir and Buddha, from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras to the Bhagavad Gita. The practice evolved across ages.
Today we are living in the AI age, artificial intelligence age. We are very proud of it. This AI is going to replace so many people. They will be jobless. But our rishis gave a vision which will make nobody jobless. The yoga is turning from AI to RI, or building the bridge between the AI and RI, artificial intelligence to Rishi's intelligence.
The post-classical period saw the rise of Hatha Yoga, while the modern era brought global recognition, thanks to masters like Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, and others. Even now, after thousands of years, we see people returning to their roots. Young members of society continue to seek ancient practices.
Yoga, which is very important for our life and which give us mental peacefulness, and it give a power to push ourselves, to remove our stress and to remove our disease.
Millions of people across the globe have benefited by the practice of yoga, which has been preserved and promoted by the great eminent yoga masters from ancient time to this date. The practice of yoga is growing more vibrant with each passing day. Yoga today is a journey of self-realization, a path towards physical health, mental peace, and spiritual harmony.
Yoga is not just about bending bodies, it is about aligning lives. From Himalayas to every household, its journey continues to inspire all. Tripti Tripathi for DD India from Delhi.
Yes, so the US state of Delaware has officially recognized June 21st, 2026 as the International Day of Yoga. This came through a proclamation issued by Governor there, Matthew Mayer. It highlighted yoga's contribution to physical, mental and emotional well-being. The proclamation noted that yoga promotes physical strength, flexibility, mental clarity and emotional balance, while also providing valuable tools for stress management and improving community health.
The proclamation also acknowledged the efforts of the Indian American community of Delaware in association with the Consulate General of India in New York in holding local celebrations aimed at bringing citizens together and promoting wellness, peace and unity through healthy living.
The development was welcomed by the Consulate General of India in New York, who expressed gratitude to the Delaware Governor for the recognition. In a post on X, Consulate General of India in New York stated that the recognition highlights yoga's increasing acceptance as a universal means of promoting health, harmony and overall well-being. It further acknowledged the contribution of the Indian American community in Delaware in helping organize and support the celebrations.
In Canada, yoga continues to gain recognition as a practice that promotes physical, mental and emotional well-being. Holistic fitness coach and yoga instructor Arshia Pailbhan is helping individuals embrace a more balanced lifestyle through movement, mindfulness and wellness. DD India's Tarun Pal Singh reports from Canada.
1, 2, 3, 4 and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1 and exhale that anxiety. 4, 3, 2, 1.
From studios and community centers to outdoor gatherings, yoga has become an increasingly visible part of Canada's wellness landscape. Practitioners say its appeals lies in its ability to support not only physical fitness but also emotional and mental well-being. As conversations around stress, mindfulness and self-care continue to grow, many Canadians are turning to yoga as a way to find balance in their daily lives. Among those promoting this approach is Arshia, a performer, educator and wellness facilitator in Canada. After immigrating to Canada with her family at a young age, she says yoga became an important part of her personal journey and understanding of wellness. Today, through yoga, movement, and holistic practices, she works to create spaces where people can reconnect with themselves through awareness and mindful living.
So initially, my foundation was dance. Dance was a way for me to heal people, but also heal myself. And then I guess destiny and life just took me in the direction of wellness, where I got into fitness, and then fitness got into the wellness, spirituality, and then yoga just kind of came in my life. So it happened very organically, and destiny played its part, and I just followed the route of destiny. So it has been a very amazing way for me to learn more about myself, my roots, where I come from, about myself, the things that I need to work on. So it really bleeds into my entire life, more than just taking care of my body. Union. It's a union between yourself, a union between Shiva and Shakti, your masculine, feminine energy. I've learned that if you want to make a change in the world, that's not the first step. The first step is to make the change internally, and then you're going to notice the changes outside of you. We can't save Mother Earth because Mother Earth is trying to take care of us. So it's good to take care of your inner being first and nurture yourself first to be able to then, put yourself out there and be the best version of yourself for yourself and others. One more time, deep breath in, 4 counts.
Experts says yoga's growing popularity reflects its universal value of mindfulness, self-awareness, and overall well-being. While rooted in India's ancient traditions, the practice continues to resonate with people across cultures and generations. For many, yoga serves as a bridge between physical health and emotional resilience, helping individuals navigating the demand of modern life.
I think yoga is going far beyond where it came from. I mean, it's a global movement, right? So you see everybody from all cultures of life coming together and doing yoga. So when you see International Yoga Day, you don't just see Indians, you see people from different cultures. And I think that's a beauty, right? Like movement and yoga is bringing so many people together because we're all working towards coming back into our spiritual self and connecting back with our soul. So it just feels so good and you realize the world is so small. It's not as big as we think it is, and life just brings you back into unity with yourself and others.
As yoga continues to expand its reach around the world, practitioners says its enduring relevance lies in its ability to adapt to modern lifestyles while preserving its core principles of balance, mindfulness, and inner well-being. For many Canadians, it remains a practice that supports both personal wellness and the deeper appreciation of one of India's most influential cultural traditions. From Canada, this is Tarun Paul Singh.
And we are privileged to have two senior experts on yoga to talk about yoga and the International Day of Yoga. We have with us Atul Vyas, yoga scientist. We also have the pleasure to have with us Dr. Rajkumar Yadav, Professor of Physiology, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIMS. Welcome, gentlemen, to the studio. Well, let me come to you, Atulji, first. What do you think has been the yoga story since the observance of the first International Day of Yoga in 2015? How long and how far have we come?
I think it's amazing progress and it's amazing, unbelievable spread of yoga, which was already undercurrent, was already there. Because, of late the scientific validation of the astonishing yogic claims have been validated by science, and that's perhaps the main reason why the yoga is spreading so fast and all along. And then the recognition by UN was a feather in the cap. So that's a basic reason, because yoga is basically 12,000 years, more than 12,000 years science, and its validation in the present times by medical science is very astonishing and amazing.
All right, yes, you're talking of yoga and science together. Mr. Vyas, when we talk of yoga, the first thing that strikes the mind is asanas. Is yoga only about exercises, or what is it about yoga that it has come to it being called, encouraging overall wellness and spiritual well-being? Is it a kind of a lifestyle, or is it just about asanas
No,
and
no,
exercise?
no. Yoga is basically, it has eight, you can call it organs or ang or parts, and it has to be taken into consideration all the parts. It's a science which connects with any and every aim of one's life, whether it is materialistic, whether it is spiritual, or any aim. And these 8 parts or 8 steps are the process to achieve, to get that aim. And they include yama, niyama, and asana. You know, asana is 1/8. The poses are is 1/8. So if I will just, bring to your notice that there are 5 yamas.
Could you explain to our viewers, international audiences, what is this yama all about?
Yama are the 5, qualities which one should avoid. Like one should avoid speaking lies. So they said, speak the truth, satya. You avoid violence, that is non-violence. So there are 5 kinds of yamas. One is satya, means truth. Then ahimsa, means non-violence. Then brahmacharya, celibate existence. Then asteya, non-possession. And aparigraha, that is non-possession. So these are the 5 yamas. And just think of this, that when Mahatma Gandhi was become a superhuman being, because he adopted only 2 of the yamas, that is sat and ahimsa. So this is the power of yamas. Then there are niyamas, then there are asanas. So this is a process. If anybody wants money, they can adopt this process, they will get their aim money. If they want, so yoga it's not only for spirituality. Any aim can be achieved by these 8 steps.
So that is why it is called a way of life.
Yes.
And it is called a wholesome lifestyle.
Yes.
Indeed. So let's go back to understand the history of yoga a little bit now, because today is the day to understand yoga, the science behind it as well. From Harappan meditating figures and Upashadanic roots to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Buddha's early training, and modern yoga gurus who have globalized this practice as it stands today. DD India's Sujata Lojap traces yoga's aims of health, longevity, happiness. And our next report shows how contemporary leaders, world leaders, have helped make International Day of Yoga a worldwide celebration. Take a look.
History of yoga is as old as human civilization, certainly much older than archaeological records. In Harappa, the sculpture of meditating yogi and seal of yogi found in Mohenjo-daro is probably the most ancient record, which dates back to 3000 BC. The root of yoga is in Upanishads, where we find detailed descriptions of Ashtanga Yoga, also known as 8 limbs of yoga, describing 72,000 human nerves and yoga feet. The Upanishadic truth of prana or vital forces was taught in Bhagavad Gita in detail. Lord Krishna says, Pranapano samokritva nasabhyantar charino, shutting out all external contacts and fixing the gaze between the eyebrows. By controlling the movements of breath, one can achieve prana and becomes immortal. Such yogi never ages and lives for thousands of years. The purpose of yoga is not only to obtain immortality, but also to make body, mind and heart healthy and disease-free. The father of modern yoga, Patanjali, the Indian sage who is believed to have authored a number of Sanskrit works on yoga around 200 BCE, most prominent of which is Yoga Sutras. He assimilated yoga into the system for the common masses. The purpose of yoga is absolute happiness. Yoga is boon for humanity because it helps one avoid all kinds of misery. Gautam Buddha's first teacher was a yoga guru, Arad Kalma, who was an accomplished hatha yogi. Buddha learnt Ashtanga Yoga from him, and later through Upanishadic Dhyana Yoga he accomplished Nirvana. All Jain Tirthankaras were accomplished yogins. In modern times, Swami Vivekananda popularized yoga and dhyana in West during 20th century. Vivekananda's Raj Yoga is one of the modern classic on yoga written for Western world. Later Indian sannyasis and yogins like Paramahansa Yogananda, Swami Sivananda Saraswati, B.K.S. Iyengar, Mahesh Yogi, Swami Kaivalyananda followed him and taught it to the Western world. Yoga Guru B.K.S. Iyengar was the first who achieved fame as Yoga Guru in West and taught yoga to several celebrities, politicians, famous philosophers like Aldous Huxley, violinist Yehudi Menuhin, and even Queen Elizabeth of Belgium. Later, Mahesh Yogi rocked America with his yoga mission. In the 60s and 70s, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi achieved fame as the guru to the Beatles, the Beach Boys, and other celebrities.
To attain this, they have to have a deep and clear experience of being.
In present times, there are many gurus who are making yoga popular in India and West both. They made it part of lifestyle and made easy yoga available to households. But yoga became world famous and reached every corner of the world because of the efforts of India's Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. It is his effort that United Nations General Assembly unanimously passed and adopted International Yoga Day in 2014. The first International Yoga Day was celebrated successfully on June 21, 2015 across the world, including New York, Paris, Beijing, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, Seoul, and New Delhi. Sujata Lochap, Food Eat India.
And let's now bring in expert analysis from Dr. Rajkumar Yadav. He is Professor of Physiology of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS. Welcome, sir, to the program. So, if I could ask you, how has scientific research on yoga evolved over the years?
Yes, that's a very good question. And truly speaking, our AIIMS, at AIIMS as well as in our country, a lot of yoga research is being done. And we started the yoga research at AIIMS in 1960s. And since then, of course, we are doing research. But after 2014, it has accelerated, and now we are doing a lot of research. Many of us are doing a very good research in the field of yoga. One of the commonest ways to explain it in the terms of science or in the terms of medicine is how the yoga can reduce the stress. And one of the medical terms in the medicine, we measure the stress by the cortisol. That is one
cortisol
of the
index.
Yes, cortisol is one of the parameters. And another, of course, the beta endorphins, some inflammatory markers like in IL-6, and all those we are doing. And of course, in this way, the research in yoga, because yoga, you know, is our Indian legacy, and the yoga is here since thousands of years. But the one part which was missing is the science. What is the science behind yoga? And that is what we are trying to find out. The science behind yoga, the science behind meditation, and this is what we are doing.
All right, I'll bring in Mr. Vyas here. Mr. Vyas, talking of the theme of this year, it focuses on aging.
Yoga for healthy aging.
Yoga for healthy aging. And when we talk of yoga for healthy aging, this is the theme this year. But then over the last decade, how have different themes touched upon yoga's principle, and how has it helped evolve yoga more? Because we've seen the different themes that have worked, that have been introduced in the past years, have been on climate, have been on yoga for all, bringing nations together, encouraging peace. So put all this together to this day when yoga is all about healthy aging. How has choosing the theme for each yoga day, how has it helped evolve yoga more?
Yes, basically this year's theme is extremely wonderful, because it is not just the claim of yoga that it's not only healthy aging, but yoga has been proved to reverse the aging, slowing the biological clock.
Yes.
And this is the scientific fact which I am discussing with you. You know, scientifically speaking, there is on the tip of the chromosome, the genetic material which carries the genetic material in the human beings, there is a tip of the DNA is called telomere. And you know, it was found, it was a question before the science that why cell dies, why cell becomes sick, why some cells live longer, why some cells live shorter. So to that answer, a research was done in 2009, and it won the Nobel Prize in that year, and that was about the telomere. It answered why cells die and why cells, you know, remain healthy. The reason was the telomere. With every division of the cell, this telomere was shortened, and the life of a cell was dependent on the length of the telomere, and that decided the biological clock of that cell. And we are made up of all the cells, you know, we are a colony of one celled organisms, you know. So it was decided that this telomere decides a person, how long person will live, and how healthy he will be, and how sick he will be. This the health of the telomere was decided. And amazingly, it was also discovered by the science that why the health of telomere, what decides the health of a telomere. And they found out that there is an enzyme called telomerase, and this enzyme was responsible for the health of a telomere. And why the telomere health eroded, or telomere length eroded, was because of the chronic psychological stress, diet, and your lifestyle. So this, and amazingly, when Dr. Dean Ornish of USA did an experiment with Elizabeth Blackburn, who won the Nobel Prize for her discovery, she found out, they did an experiment on 30 people, and they measured their telomerase level of enzyme and BP and cholesterol and so forth, all the parameters. And this group, the control group was given 3 months yoga training, and after that again their parameters were measured, and astonishingly and decisively it was found out that the BP was lower, the cholesterol were lower, and other parameters which were health determining were lower, but the telomerase increased by 30%. And that decided that yoga not only can add to your years, but also decides about the tissue viability, health, and vitality, and renewal, and longevity also.
Indeed, that explains really well how scientific is the practice of yoga, and how it will actually, according to Mr. Vyas, reverse aging. So if you haven't been practicing yoga, well, that's the perfect reason to start it today. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's now give you the global yoga story as well. Yoga Day celebrations are being organized across nearly 2,500 locations worldwide, with participation from more than 210 Indian missions and posts, reaffirming yoga's status as a global movement for health, harmony, and collective well-being.
In Saudi Arabia, in fact, we are getting you the global observance of the International Day of Yoga. The Embassy of India celebrated International Day of Yoga 2026 at the Lincoln Memorial, Washington, D.C., bringing together hundreds of people under the theme Yoga for Healthy Aging.
A yoga session organized by the Consulate General of India in New York, Central Park, brought participants together to celebrate wellness and harmony ahead of the International Day of Yoga. Well, these are the initiatives undertaken by our missions, our embassies throughout the world in the run-up to the 12th International Day of Yoga.
Now they have found out that sorry.
Consulate General of India, Toronto, marked the 12th International Day of Yoga with an enthusiastic gathering of government representatives, diplomatic corps, yoga practitioners, wellness organizations, community leaders and friends of India against the historic backdrop of the Legislative Assembly of Ontario.
In partnership with the Indian Austrian Society, the Indian Embassy in Austria organized a yoga session in Graz, bringing together the Indian diaspora and the local Austrian community. Participants experienced the physical, mental and spiritual benefits of yoga, highlighting its role in promoting wellness, harmony and cultural connection.
The Consulate General of India celebrated International Day of Yoga amidst the scenic alpine backdrop of Alpspitzbahn, Osterfelder, Birchflex, Granau, bringing together yoga enthusiasts to promote mindfulness, wellness and harmony with nature.
In Saudi Arabia, more than 500 participants gathered in the capital Riyadh on Saturday to celebrate the International Day of Yoga, highlighting the growing popularity of yoga in Saudi Arabia and its role in promoting health and well-being. The event, organized by the Embassy of India in Riyadh in collaboration with the Saudi Yoga Committee and local partners, was held at the Prince Faisal bin Fahd Olympic Complex. Diplomats, yoga practitioners, members of the local community took part in this program. Addressing the gathering, India's ambassador to Saudi Arabia, Dr. Suhail Ejaz Khan, highlighted yoga's universal appeal and its positive impact on physical, mental and emotional well-being.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in a social media post on X, highlighted yoga's deep roots in ancient India becoming truly universal, helping millions of people of all faiths and cultures find calm, build strength and live with purpose. Guterres added that yoga teaches us mindfulness, respect and care for ourselves, for our planet and for one another. He also called everyone to extend that care to the older members of our human family and build a world where every generation can lead a healthy life on Yoga Day.
And let us take this message again through our guests to the world, the message of the harmony of body, mind and soul. International Day of Yoga. The theme this year is Yoga for Healthy Aging. Atul Vyasji, you were saying something earlier in the broadcast also about one of the foremost yoga gurus who actually popularized yoga in the West, B.K.S. Iyengar.
Yes. I had an opportunity. My mother was the first lady yoga guru of India, and she had made a point to send me to the top yoga gurus of the India at that time when I was a student. And in that process, I went to Mr. B.K.S. Iyengar, who knew my mother well, and he taught me, at that time. But in the last year of his life, just a year before his passing away, I had the opportunity to visit him and meet him and interview him on the tape. And in that tape, he revealed something very astonishing to me in front of so many people at that time. It is recorded on the tape that he told me that his lungs are only working 5%. 95% of his lungs are not working at all. They have been finished when he was 14 years old. And then he showed me pranayam. In that pranayam, I closed his nostril, I plugged his ears, I checked his mouth, and whatever I could do, I did it. And he was silent. And he did it for 15 minutes. And after that, he came back silently. And there was he did not stop his breathing. And then he taught me how to breathe by the brain. And that was an amazing display of yogic powers. And then he told me the real power of yoga is that that it takes you away from your existence does not depend on your vital organs. It takes away your existence from the vital organs.
Right.
And that was amazing. And he was doing pranayama, he's teaching yoga with his only 5% of his lungs working. So my point is that if you do yoga, you can, bypass some vital organ
Astounding to
fails.
see what yoga can do to you. I'll take that forward to Dr. Yadav. Dr. Yadav, in today's busy schedules, in today's hectic lives we lead, to what extent are youth connected to yoga? And also, our Prime Minister has always laid emphasis on the potential of youth for the country, for the nation, in nation building. When we talk of yoga, to what extent are today's youth connected to yoga, and how far will that help in further propagation of yoga?
Yeah. So in today's digital world, truly speaking, today is the world of Facebook, the world of WhatsApp.
Social media, yes.
Yeah, world of social media. We talk less face to face, we talk more on Facebook.
On screens, yes.
Yep. So how to engage? Truly speaking, this year's the theme, healthy aging. Usually we think aging simply means the parents, the grandparents and great-great-parents. But the aging means healthy aging, which involves each and every person of the society, including the youths, including the kids. The day we born, our aging starts. That is important point. So that's why it means healthy aging means the yoga is for each and every one. And for the kids, the youth, and of course elders, everyone has to do, everybody should do the yoga. The day you start, that is your first day, but try to make it your habit. Follow the concept of yoga, which of course include the asanas, pranayam and meditation. And what sir was saying about this pranayam or the breathing exercises, of course, in science we know the breathing is controlled by the brain. Usually the breathing is of course involuntary. We are not aware of our breathing unless we have some diseases. In a healthy person, usually you are not aware of the breathing, but you can make it aware, and that is actually the pranayam. In the pranayam, we can connect in much better way the breathing patterns with the brain activities. So it is the controlling of the mind, controlling of the body, and mindfulness, the healthy body, and that will ultimately leading to the healthy aging for each and everyone, including the youth.
Yes. Dr. Yadav, you brought a very important point to the fore here, is to first be aware of the breathing and then of course control it and practice it, slow breathing, fast breathing, and then employ yourselves in different forms of pranayam. Let me just very quickly ask you, can just 15 to 20 minutes of practicing yoga make a difference to one's world?
Yes, it can, but of course it is usually said that follow the whole process, which approximately takes 45 minutes to 60 minutes. But because as I said earlier, in today's digital world, we have very less time. Everybody says, I am busy, I am busy, I am busy. Okay, let's start with 5 minutes, with 10 minutes, with 15 minutes, and increase slowly.
And probably we can let go of our phones for those 15-20 minutes and then increase the intensity of yoga.
All right, I'll bring in, before we get you more insights by our special guest, let's turn focus to more updates on the celebrations. The Consulate General of India in Munich successfully organized a unique and memorable celebration of the International Day of Yoga on 19th of June 2026 at the altitude of 2,962 meters in the Bavarian Alps. Here's the report. Take a look.
By the magnificent Alps. The people here today rolled out their yoga mats, stretched towards the sky. What a view it was. The ancient practice has now reached the Alps of Europe.
The event brought together yoga enthusiasts, members of the Indian diaspora, local German participants, and wellness advocates in a breathtaking alpine setting, making it one of the most distinctive yoga celebrations in the region. What made this initiative particularly remarkable was the choice of the venue. Hosting a yoga session at such a high altitude mountain location amid the majestic Bavarian Alps offered participants an extraordinary opportunity to connect with nature while practicing the ancient discipline of yoga. surrounded by the views of the Alps, fresh mountain air, and serene national beauty, attendees experienced yoga in an environment that perfectly reflected its core principles of harmony, mindfulness, and holistic well being.
Since I have come to Germany, I have tried to have a theme for the yoga day. And last year we had a theme yoga on the lake and yoga by the beach. This year we thought of the theme yoga by the castle. And together we've done about 45 to 50 events, yoga events in front of castles across Germany. And we also I thought of some yoga in the Alps, because in Bavaria you have the Alps. So we've done this session today at Zugspitze, as you said, which is the highest mountain. And from here you get a beautiful view of the Alps in Austria, Switzerland, and if you're lucky, even Italy.
So it was quite an honor to be asked to lead this wonderful group of people for the International Yoga Day, the 12th year. And we had the privilege to experience at 2,628 meters high in this beautiful mountain called the Alpspitze. And so, you know, for us it's obviously an honor because we're all passionate about yoga. Yes. And to unite people, bringing people together, share our values, our like values of peace and harmony and connection.
My daughter was one of the yoga teacher today, and she invited my mother and me. So we are 3 generations here now. I know a few yoga teachers, and well, because of my daughter, and so I follow them on Instagram, and so I'm making practice at home sometimes, but especially with my daughter in the fitness studio.
The event was organized under the theme Yoga by the Castle. In the last 1 month, various yoga events have been organized across Germany in the castles to promote yoga with breathing exercises and meditation practices, demonstrating the universal appeal of yoga as a means of achieving balance in life.
Standing here at the highest peak in Germany, I'm experiencing something unexpected. People from different nationalities, different cultures, and different walks of life have come together for yoga. This has again proven yoga has no boundaries and is spreading across the globe. This is Sonika Rana for DD India in Germany.
From Europe, let's go to Oceania region now. Most people think of yoga as a way to stay fit. For Canberra educator and author Katie Durga, yoga has become a source of strength through one of her life's toughest challenges. A breast cancer survivor, Katie now uses the lessons she learned through yoga and meditation to support other women facing illness, recovery and change. DD India correspondent Nazia Alvi filed this report.
Most people think of yoga as a way to stay fit. For Canberra educator and author Katie Durga, it became a source of strength through one of life's toughest challenges. A breast cancer survivor, Katie now uses the lessons she learned through yoga and meditation to support other women facing illness, recovery and change.
In a Canberra studio, Katie Durga guides students through yoga and mindfulness, but her journey stretches far beyond the classrooms. For more than 2 decades, she has studied yoga philosophy, meditation, and the spiritual traditions of India. The teachings resonated so deeply that Katie Walsh eventually became Katie Durga, taking inspiration from the Hindu goddess Durga.
My first trip to India was over 30 years ago, and I found myself in my soul home, Kashi, Varanasi, and I was practicing spiritual yoga by the banks of the Ganga with the community, the local community, and I didn't really understand at the time what was happening. I just knew that I absolutely fell in love with the practice.
That journey eventually led her into a different kind of challenge. When Katie was diagnosed with breast cancer, the philosophy she had spent years studying became something she relied on every day. Yoga and meditation helped her navigate treatment, uncertainty, and recovery.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2020 during the COVID period, and I was lucky that I had been immersed in yoga history and philosophy before this happened. So very quickly I was able to really call on that yogic wisdom that I'd been immersed in to help support me on what was the most difficult period of my life.
The experience inspired her book, Soul Radiance, Walking the Path of Breast Cancer with Yoga and Meditation. Today, she works with women facing breast cancer and other major life challenges, helping them apply ancient teaching in practical ways.
I'm a breast cancer survivor, and one of the first people I contacted when I received my diagnosis was Katie Durga. I knew she'd been on the journey through breast cancer herself, and I received lots of wonderful resources and spiritual guidance from Katie.
Beside her teaching, Katie is documenting the stories of women whose contributions to yoga have often gone unrecognized.
I am also blessed to be currently researching women in yoga history, so I'm travelling to India to gather stories of female saints, philosophers, sages, and also householder women, and really understanding the imprint that women have had on the evolution of yoga over the years. Such an important story, I think, that we need to tell.
Having experienced the spiritual and physical power of yoga firsthand, Katie has a message for India.
So if there's one message that I really wanted to share, it is to say thank you to India. Thank you for keeping the magical yogic traditions of wisdom and ritual and practice alive over thousands of years. The fact that I'm here on the other side of the world and my life has been so transformed by these traditions. Thank you so much. Dhanyavad.
All right, so that is how yoga has been changing lives, not just India, but across the globe. We are, as we told you, joined in by special guests in the studio who are throwing more light on this. We're joined in by Mr. Atul Vyas, he's a yoga scientist, and we're also joined in by Dr. Rajkumar Yadav, Professor of Physiology, AIMS. I'll put this question to Mr. Vyas. Mr. Vyas, when you talk of yoga, it is a way of life. It adopts a holistic approach. But for a person to begin yoga, is there a particular age group? Can anybody begin yoga at any age? One. And also how to start with yoga. What is it that the person should start with when the very thought of adopting yoga as a way of life strikes?
Yes. Yoga should never start before a person is 8 years old, because by that time the endocrine system, gland system of the body is getting mature. So yoga may interfere with the development of a child. So not before 8 years, not at all. And after 8 years, at any age, anybody can start yoga. And there are any asana this is a wrong classification. This is a beginner's asana. This is a middle asana. No. There is no such classification exists in the traditional yoga. Any yoga asana, even the simplest asana, could have the maximum benefits to the body. This is, and I can explain it scientifically as what happens in the body. And a most complicated yoga pose could be just may have an acrobatic value, nothing more than that. So any age, anybody can start yoga, and yoga is not only bending your body, and there is no fixed limit for yoga. You can start within your limits and try to push little bit more than your limits. There is no such fixed.
So it is not like that yoga is only for flexible people.
Oh, no. If that was so true, then the gymnasts would have been the best yoga teachers in the world.
Indeed. So on your screens, you are seeing some water yoga there, participants practicing a range of yoga asanas deep inside water. Yes. Okay, let me go to Dr. Raj now. Dr. Raj, how well do you think we have integrated yoga in our public healthcare systems?
Yes. We have integrated this yoga in the public system, and very important role which is being performed by our Ayush Ministry and Morarji Desai Institute of Yoga, because the yoga is our Indian legacy. So there are many schools of yoga in India, in our country, and of course across the globe. So to make something standardized, one of the very good ways what Ministry of Ayush and the Morarji Desai Institute has done, they have created one important concept or one important set of asanas that is known as CYP, Common Yoga Program. Yes. And this is, I think, one of the very good approaches to make yoga standardized, because usually it is said, okay, how you will compare the school of yoga A, school of yoga B, what they are telling and what they are telling, not telling. So how you can compare? Because in science, we always want to compare. For example, drug A is being compared with drug B. So there should be something standardization. So this is one of the best approaches or best initiative, this CYP. And
Dr. Vyas, would you like to add to this CYP Common Yoga Protocol? As I know, it is a 45-minute exercise, a combination of few asanas. Would you like to correct me if I'm wrong?
It depends. You know, I mean, this is Common Yoga Protocol. Yoga is very subjective science, and it was never taught to the masses. Number one, the first person to teach to the masses was Yajnavalkya Rishi. First time he taught to the, he was a powerful saint, so he could do it. But it's a very subjective science. Every individual is different. Your mental constitution, your emotional constitution, your Ayurvedic constitution is different. Some people may be Pitta, some people may be Kapha dominant. And suppose if you, I mean, in yoga asanas, some asanas increase Pitta, fire in the body. Some asanas diffuse fire in the body. So teaching a yogic protocol could be dangerous, to be honest, because you know, if you are a Pitta person and I teach something which increases fire in the body, then you get sick, you get hurt. There was an article in the New York Times that yoga can wreck your body. Very damaging article against India and yoga. And then perhaps government of India invited a team of US journalists to mandate, and I was the one who conducted a session in Agra, and there I asked the government that we should hold a question answer session for 1 hour. They said they are American journalists, they will fire you. I said, let's see, the damage is already done. And then I explained to them that if yoga hurts, it is because they don't know the real subjective power of an individual.
Yes, the composition, Ayurvedic composition. So if you could, sir, elaborate, how do I know that I am with the dominant, Kapha dominant, Pitta dominant?
You can get it checked up from any Ayurveda doctor. And there are many signs that suppose if you are, aggressive by nature, very short-tempered, you are Pitta dominant. If you are very lazy, easygoing, you are fat, little bulky, you are Kapha dominant. If you are a very thin and active and tall, you are Vata dominant. Restless. So you can make out very easily.
To each his own kind of an approach. All right. I'll bring in Dr. Yadav here. Dr. Yadav, when we talk of yoga and modern lifestyle, to what extent can yoga help help us face the challenges which we are facing in our modern lifestyle, be it stress, anxiety, insomnia, or for that matter, we believe yoga also helps in the treatment of diseases like cancer as well. So how would you say bringing in yoga in your lifestyle will make it easier, because it is an holistic approach, but to what extent does it help us sail through the modern day lifestyle challenges?
Yes, because today's the life is so fast.
Yes,
everybody is running so fast. So of course, two common words which everybody is using. One, because of my lifestyle, I am so much stressed. So of course, because of this stress, there are so many diseases. The commonest one is the depression. Depression and anxiety. Of course, both are related or interrelated or dependent on the stress. What is because of the yoga which is holistic life, the yoga a lifestyle, which makes life the mind, the body connection, better connection. So one of the best ways, one of the best possible lifestyle interventions, which is the yoga-based lifestyle intervention, and where we can very beautifully address the stress, which today's one of the commonest diseases what we observe in our OPDs, the depression. Yes. Most of the young, the boys, the girls, they come with the depression. Of course, many of them have anxiety also too much. So these are the diseases which, because of this today's this digital era life, we are facing. So one of the best ways, one of the simplest ways to deal with those is the yoga-based lifestyle intervention.
Right.
And the important core theme here is also to go within to be able to understand ourselves, our personalities better. And we are just now standing by a few minutes away from the main ceremony that will be happening in Kolkata in a few moments from now, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lead the 12th International Yoga Day celebrations from the City of Joy. International sand artist Manas Kumar Sahu created a sand animation on the occasion of the International Yoga Day. It depicts Prime Minister Narendra Modi practicing yoga. Well, this artwork of his took approximately 30 minutes to complete and highlights this year's International Yoga Day theme, Yoga for Healthy Aging.
So we have so many examples of how each person is doing his own to promote yoga and to bring it forth.
Bring the message.
Bring the message forth, yes.
Yes, and do you think, to both of you gentlemen, do you think the cultural ambassadors of the International Day of Yoga are actually every practitioner who goes in the morning in the park to practice yoga?
Of course, of course. I mean, yoga is not something very specialized. Anybody doing yoga, I mean, enjoying the benefit is a great ambassador, in my opinion.
Yes, because the message can be only passed by somebody who has actually witnessed and experienced
It's about
the charm of yoga.
Yes, yes. And also, when we're talking of the charm of yoga and propagating yoga, then a lot has to be also said the way, you know, yoga has been taken forward to the world. Through the UN. It was the Prime Minister's call at the UN to observe yoga as an international day, which was in fact adopted. Mr. Vyas, to what extent has this helped in further evolution of yoga, for that matter, for the popularization of yoga to this day when the entire world is united by yoga as a holistic way of living?
Of course. Now I will add one more thing to this, that if I want to show the power of yoga, look, we have got three very charismatic Prime Ministers of India, to be honest. One was Jawaharlal Nehru, the second was Indira Gandhi, and third is Narendra Modi ji.
Yes.
What is common between all the three? That they were all practicing yoga. So yoga is very, very important for your charisma. That is now established and for your popularity. Trust me, if you a politician who does yoga daily will become very charismatic and very popular, without effort.
And that is the message that has been carried forward through our Prime Minister to the rest of the world to adopt yoga as a way of life.
Yes, it was indeed with the efforts of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that we had the observance of the International Day of Yoga. The UN acknowledged it, and a record number of countries then endorsed the idea. And in 2015, the first International Day of Yoga was celebrated.
Yes.
And how? And we've come a long way. Dr. Raj, we have spoken about the benefits of yoga, but when we take it to you know, the fields of medicine and science, what do researchers and scientific collaborators, you know, when they investigate the benefits of yoga, which areas do they particularly look in and how?
Yes. You know, in today's world, one of the commonest diseases is the type 2 diabetes. Simply we say diabetes. And the prevalence has really increased, more than 10% in many areas. It may go up to 15% or 20%. Of course, depending on the level, it is metro city or it is village or it is the urban area. And in general, what we have understood, that type 2 diabetes, the commonest symptom is of course increased blood sugar level. If we can change our lifestyle, and this we have shown in many of our studies, many of our research studies, that the yoga-based lifestyle intervention can modify the blood sugar level, the blood pressure level, and type 2 diabetes can be controlled up to certain extent by this yoga-based lifestyle intervention. Of course, if anyone has diabetes, he or she should contact the experts, the endocrinologist or simply any doctor, and try to follow the medical advices with the yoga-based lifestyle intervention.